everyone! Welcome to the channel dedicated to sharing the profound insights and wisdom of Andromedan contactee Alex Collier. If you're new here, you're in for a journey that expands your mind and consciousness, bringing you closer to understanding the messages from the fifth density Andromedan extraterrestrials. For those returning, we're grateful for your continued support. Before we dive into today's enlightening content, we have a small favor to ask. If you find value in the knowledge shared in this video, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and clicking the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your engagement helps us amplify Alex Collier's message, allowing us to reach a larger audience with these vital messages. We'd also love to hear from you, so please engage with the comments below. Whether it's a question, your thoughts, or even just an emoji for the sake of engagement, every comment counts. We read every single comment, and your feedback is incredibly valuable to us. Additionally, if you'd like to support us further, consider giving a super thanks tip by clicking the heart with the $sign. This small gesture allows us to continue bringing you more of Alex's messages, unfiltered and directly from his lifelong experiences with the Andromedans. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video.
Alex, in your experience, which extraterrestrial species have the best sense of humor? And what is a funny example of extraterrestrial humor you can share with us? Thank you and your team for all you do. These webinars are an informative bright spot during this dark patch in humans' history.
Thank you, Frankie. You know, I don't know all the other races. I only know one. I've seen a couple others with the A's, but I never had a conversation with them. I know I was scanned, you know, but you can't stop that when they're telepathic. Or at least I didn't know how to do it. You know, I would think all of them have some kind of a sense of humor. I mean, if they're doing this kind of mentorship work, they have to have some kind of a sense of humor. Because, you know, they got to be going into planetary systems and looking at some of these races, and I'll use us as an example. And if I were to put myself in their place and I were to fly in here on a mission and look at this insanity down here, I would think this is some kind of stupid. You know, how is it these people don't see? And of course, these beings come from a much higher perspective. So they have the ability to see the whole picture, you know, plus they're usually from another dimension, which gives them another added ability, which is to see the big picture and then zero down to very specific things. Excuse me. But I would think they all do. Talking to Elena, I think she had mentioned several times that the Pleiadians have a very good sense of humor. I know the A's do. I see kids, when I spend time on their mothership, the children are always smiling, and though they weren't verbally loud, they were happy. They were, they would laugh. They would express emotions physically. And you could see that they were having a good time, whatever it is that they were doing. The secret is to that is, you know, what would they find funny? Looking at Earth, what's been going on here and what we've been doing to each other, they wouldn't see that as funny. They would see that as a travesty. I know that when I had begged Mornay for one of the half little wafers that he would eat. He would pull out of his pouch on his hip and eat their food. And I worked him and worked him and worked him, and he was like, no. And I go, yes, I want to try it. So he did. He took a half. He took one. He broke it in half, and then broke it again into a quarter, and gave me this little piece. And I'm eating it, and I'm full of myself. Look, I'm good. And I mean, it wasn't just a few minutes where I lost everything in my stomach because of the content of oxygen that was in this pill that tasted like hay. And his crew would just look at me and they would shake their head as I would look up, and they were just like, is anybody looking? As I'm losing it, and they're just shaking their head, and he's just looking at me smiling. And I know that's probably his way of laughing specifically, because he's like, I told you so. And to his credit, he didn't actually say it that way. He just said, that won't happen again. And it didn't. It didn't. And then he got me out of the room, and had this robot come out and start cleaning it up. I'm sure they had chuckles when I left the ship. Either that, he's like, what are you doing with this human? I don't know if there's an Andromedan word for knucklehead, but there just might be. And if there is, I'm sure if that came up when I left. And the time I was on the mothership and I was wearing the suit, and I tooted. The energetic field suit that hold me into third density. And I tooted because I had a Mexican dinner. I didn't know the contact was coming. So I had a Mexican dinner, and I tooted, and it was bouncing around inside the suit. And everybody saw it. There was nothing I could do. That was another of one of my not stellar moments. I think I've told that story a couple times. Yeah. I was actually more embarrassed by that than I was about throwing up. They don't have gas. Because I asked him later about that, if they have gas, and he said, no, our diet does not create that in our system. So that's another story for another time.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you found it insightful, please like the video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on future updates. If you have any questions relating to today's video, please also leave them below. We read all the comments and take on board what our viewers have to say about Alex Collier's work. Remember, your support helps Alex Collier's knowledge and the messages from the Andromedans reach more people. If you'd like to support the channel even more, you can give us a super thanks tip by clicking the heart icon with a $sign. It really helps our team bring you more content. Also, be sure to visit alexcollier.org to sign up for our regular email newsletter. It's the best way to stay updated with the latest news, exclusive content, and upcoming live webinars. For the latest insights from Alex Collier, check out alexcollier.live. And if you want to explore over 250 past webinars, head over to alexcollier.tv. Thank you for being a part of this journey and supporting Alex Collier's work. We couldn't do this without you, and we're genuinely grateful for your support. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the vast mysteries of our universe. If you would like to see the Andromedan contactee Alex Collier live via video stream, we hold a live online seminar every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, For more information on upcoming live webinars, please visit alexcollier.org.